What you're about to witness is absolutely jaw-dropping. A CEO's wife storms into Judge Caprio's courtroom, demanding special treatment like she owns the place. She's condescending. She's entitled. She literally tells the judge she shouldn't even be there. Then, Judge Caprio delivers a verdict, so unexpected, so perfectly calculated, that the entire courtroom erupts. Even her own lawyer can't believe it. But before we dive into this insane moment, quick question. Where are you watching from? United States? Canada? Mexico? Philippines? Germany? Drop it in the comments. And if you're new here, smash subscribe because we bring you the most shocking Judge Caprio moments where entitled people learn hard lessons. Trust me, this verdict will leave you speechless. It's Friday afternoon in Providence. The courtroom is winding down after a long week. One more case before everyone goes home. The bailiff calls out, Catherine Bennett, multiple parking violations in fire zones and loading areas. Through the doors walks a woman in her mid-40s dripping in wealth. Designer suit that probably cost $5,000. Jewelry that could pay someone's rent for a year. Her hair and nails are salon perfect. And her expression? Pure contempt. Like she can't believe she has to be here with these common people. She doesn't walk to the podium. She marches. Like a queen approaching peasants. Her expensive heels click loudly on the courtroom floor. She's carrying a designer purse that she sets down with a deliberate thud. Then she stands there, arms crossed, looking annoyed. If you're getting bad vibes already, hit that like button because this woman is about to show her true colors. Judge Caprio looks up from the paperwork. Good afternoon, Mrs. Bennett. I see you're here regarding 5 parking violations over the past 3 months, all in restricted zones, fire lanes, and loading areas. Can you explain what happened? Catherine doesn't even pretend to be respectful. Her voice is clipped and irritated. Your Honor, I really don't have time for this. I have a spa appointment in 40 minutes. Can we just handle whatever fine there is so I can leave? I'll write a check right now. Judge Caprio's eyebrow raises slightly. Mrs. Bennett, this is a court of law, not a transaction. I need to understand the circumstances of these violations before determining an appropriate resolution. Catherine sighs dramatically, like she's dealing with someone incredibly slow. Fine, I parked in those zones because the regular parking was too far away. I had shopping to do, appointments to get to. I'm not going to walk 6 blocks in heels carrying bags. That's ridiculous. The fire lane spots were empty, nobody was using them, so what's the problem? The problem, Mrs. Bennett, is that fire lanes are kept clear for emergency vehicles. If there's a fire and a truck can't get through because your car is blocking the lane, people could die. Catherine actually rolls her eyes. Your Honor, that's a bit dramatic, don't you think? The chances of that happening while I'm parked for 20 minutes are basically 0. I make risk calculations all the time. My husband runs a tech company worth $80 million. I understand probabilities better than most people. Drop a comment right now if you cannot believe the audacity. Tell me what country you're from. Judge Caprio leans forward. Mrs. Bennett, your husband's company and his net worth are irrelevant to this proceeding. What matters is that you repeatedly parked in restricted zones that are designated for public safety. Catherine's expression turns cold. Your Honor, let me be very clear. I don't belong here. This is beneath me. I shouldn't be wasting my time in municipal court over parking tickets. My husband knows the mayor personally. We donate significant amounts to city causes. We're important members of this community. Surely there's some way to handle this without this. She gestures around the courtroom with disdain. This circus. The courtroom goes absolutely silent. Did she just call the court a circus? The clerk looks shocked. The prosecutor's mouth drops open. Several people in the gallery shake their heads in disbelief. Share this video immediately because Judge Caprio's response is about to be legendary. Judge Caprio stands up slowly. He rarely does this, and when he does, everyone knows something significant is about to happen. Mrs. Bennett, did you just refer to this courtroom as a circus? Catherine doesn't back down. Your Honor, I'm simply saying that people of my social standing typically don't have to deal with these minor inconveniences. There are systems in place ways to handle things efficiently for people who contribute to society the way my family does. Systems in place? Judge Caprio's voice is sharp now. What systems would those be, Mrs. Bennet? The system where wealthy people think laws don't apply to them? The system where you can park wherever you want because you don't feel like walking? That system? Catherine's face flushes red. Your Honor, you're twisting my words. I'm simply saying that my time is valuable. More valuable than standing here arguing about parking spaces. Just tell me what I owe and I'll pay it. Your time is valuable. Judge Caprio repeats slowly. More valuable than public safety? More valuable than fire codes that protect lives? More valuable than the rule of law? Obviously not, Catherine snaps. But we both know this is just about revenue. The city wants money. Fine, I have money. Let's exchange money for my time, and everyone wins. Tell me in the comments if you think Judge Caprio should throw the book at her. Judge Caprio sits back down, his expression unreadable now. Mrs. Bennet, you seem to believe that everything is for sale, that money solves all problems, that your husband's wealth and your social connections put you above the rules that govern everyone else. Is that an accurate summary of your position? Catherine shrugs. Your Honor, I'm a realist. That's how the world works. Money talks, connections matter. I didn't make the rules, but I know how to navigate them. Well, Mrs. Bennet, let me teach you something about how my courtroom works. Judge Caprio picks up her file. You have 5 violations: fire lanes and loading zones. The standard fine for each is $150. That would be $750 total. For someone of your means, that's pocket change. You'd pay it and learn nothing. You'd walk out of here believing that your money did, in fact, solve your problem. Catherine nods. Exactly, Your Honor. So let's do that. But I'm not going to do that, Mrs. Bennet. Judge Caprio's voice is firm. Because you're right about one thing. $750 means nothing to you. You'd pay it without blinking and continue parking wherever you please. So instead, I'm imposing the maximum fine for each violation. That's $500 per violation. Your total is $2,500. Catherine's eyes widen. $2,500? That's excessive. Hit subscribe because it gets even better. That's not all, Mrs. Bennet. Judge Caprio continues. Given your attitude toward public safety and your clear belief that rules don't apply to you, I'm also ordering you to complete 60 hours of community service. And I'm choosing where you'll serve those hours. You're going to work at the Providence Fire Department. You're going to see what firefighters do. You're going to learn why fire lanes need to stay clear. You're going to understand why your convenience is not more important than emergency response times. Catherine's face goes pale. Community service? Your Honor, I can't do manual labor. I have obligations, social commitments, charity events. Then you'll have to reschedule them, Mrs. Bennet, because for the next 3 months, you'll be reporting to the fire department for your assigned hours. Maybe while you're there, you'll develop some appreciation for the people who risk their lives to protect this community, including people like you who think they're too important to follow basic safety rules. Catherine's lawyer finally speaks up. Your Honor, this seems disproportionate. My client made some poor choices, but community service seems excessive. Counselor, your client called this courtroom a circus. She suggested that her husband's wealth should excuse her from accountability. She showed zero remorse and total contempt for public safety. I don't think 60 hours of community service is excessive. I think it's merciful. Judge Caprio turns back to Catherine. Mrs. Bennet, here's what you don't understand. Your husband's money doesn't impress me. Your social connections don't intimidate me. Your belief that you're somehow above the law doesn't change the fact that you're not. In this courtroom, everyone is equal. The homeless person and the CEO's wife stand on the same ground, and both face the same consequences when they break the law. Comment below if you think this is the perfect sentence for someone this entitled. Catherine is shaking with rage now. Your Honor, this is outrageous. I'll appeal this. My husband will... Your husband will what? Mrs. Bennet? Judge Caprio cuts her off. Make a phone call? Donate some money? Try to use his influence? Let him try. This sentence stands. You will pay your fines. You will complete your community service, and you will learn that money doesn't buy exemption from responsibility. But there's one more twist, and this is where Judge Caprio shows his true wisdom. Mrs. Bennett, I'm giving you a choice. You can pay the $2,500 and do 60 hours of community service. Or you can pay double the fines, $5,000, and the community service is reduced to 20 hours. Your money or your time. You decide what's more valuable. The courtroom is stunned. This is brilliant. He's making her put her money where her mouth is. Literally. Catherine is speechless for the first time since entering the courtroom. She opens her mouth, closes it, opens it again. Her face is red. Her hands are shaking. She doesn't know what to say because both options cost her something she doesn't want to give up. I need time to think about this, she finally stammers. You have until the end of business today to decide. Judge Caprio's tone is final. Contact the clerk with your decision. Court adjourned. The gavel comes down hard. Share this video because this is genius-level justice right here. As Catherine leaves the courtroom, she's completely different from the woman who walked in. The arrogance is gone. The confidence is shattered. She's been humbled in a way money can't fix. People in the gallery are whispering excitedly. One woman says, "That's what she gets for acting like she's better than everyone." 4 hours later, the clerk calls Judge Caprio. Mrs. Bennett made her decision. She's paying the $5,000 and doing 20 hours of community service. She said, and I quote, "I don't have time for 60 hours of that nonsense." Judge Caprio smiles. Of course she did. But she'll still do 20 hours. And maybe, just maybe, she'll learn something. 3 weeks into her community service, Catherine arrives at the fire station for her assigned shift. She's dressed down, no designer clothes, looking uncomfortable. The fire chief later tells Judge Caprio what happened. She showed up expecting easy desk work. We put her on kitchen duty, cleaning equipment, doing inventory. She complained at first. But by the 3rd week, something changed. One of our guys told her a story about a call we couldn't get to fast enough because someone was parked in a fire lane. A kid died. She didn't say anything, but you could see it hit her. After that, she stopped complaining. 2 months after the courtroom appearance, Catherine requests a meeting with Judge Caprio. She walks into chambers looking humbled. "Your Honor, I came to apologize. The way I acted in your courtroom was disgraceful. I was arrogant, entitled, and disrespectful. The community service, it changed my perspective. I met firefighters who risk their lives every day for people they don't even know. I learned about calls they missed because of blocked fire lanes. I heard stories that broke my heart. You were right. My convenience isn't worth someone's life." Judge Caprio nods. "Mrs. Bennett, that took courage to say. I appreciate you coming here." Before we end this powerful story, here's the lesson. Money doesn't make you better than anyone. Wealth is not virtue. Success is not character. Catherine Bennett thought her husband's money elevated her above the law, above common decency, above basic respect for public safety. Judge Caprio showed her she was wrong. The beauty of his verdict? He made her choose. Money or time. Force her to value something. Make her sacrifice something she didn't want to give up. And in doing so, he taught her a lesson no fine alone could teach. That consequences aren't just financial, they're personal. They require actual sacrifice. Thank you for watching this incredible case. Hit subscribe for more Judge Caprio moments that prove justice applies to everyone equally. Share this with anyone who needs to remember that wealth doesn't grant immunity from accountability. And remember, your status, your connections, your money, none of it matters in the eyes of true justice. We're all equal under the law. Catherine Bennett learned that the hard way. Don't wait until you're in court to learn it yourself. See you next time.